Hello, ma'am.
Hi, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on the basis of that, so today we will be discussing a very small topic, which is completely
Okay.
theoretical because tomorrow we will be taking a break, that too for Christmas celebration. थोड़ा सा life में enjoyment भी जरूरी है, right? So
Okay, ma'am.
and Sunday also will take a break. So I didn't find any point कि हम आज कोई conceptual topic शुरू करें क्योंकि link नहीं बन पाएगा फिर. So yesterday you had a query regarding the interfaces. So we will be talking about the interfaces which is available in the first unit. And apart from that, we will be talking about the types of users. Okay. So on the basis of that, in the next session, that will be on Saturday. In that session, I'll be discussing the concept of types of DBMS, like in which we have to talk about the centralized DBMS and client server DBMS architecture. Right? So this is a part of the first unit. So after finishing the first unit, we'll start with the conceptual topics. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
तो आज वाला सेशन आप जल्दी फ्री हो जाओगे. I don't know कि how much you are enjoying during the sessions. Are you liking the sessions? क्योंकि कोई feedback तो मिली नहीं है मुझे आपकी तरफ से.
It was
Also,
very
I had
good.
shared the PDF file in the Telegram group. Hope you have gone through that. So this will help you see if you are preparing for UGC NET. So these many points are sufficient. But if you are preparing for GATE, see, you know that in the GATE also we have subject DBMS, and in UGC NET also we have the DBMS, and the syllabus is very much different. If you look at the name of the topic, so like normalization or structured query languages, these things are there, but in the GATE exam, they ask high level questions, purely conceptual topics. Okay, अगर हम गेट की प्रिपरेशन करते हैं तो पूरा का पूरा फोकस कॉन्सेप्ट्स पे रहता है. एंड इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द यूजीसी नेट, तो यूजीसी नेट में भी क्वेश्चन डिटेल में आते हैं, बट वो थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. तो थ्योरी की भी काफी डिटेल में जाने. गेट में थ्योरी बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले नहीं करती है. सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what I'll be doing, whatever are the common topics, in fact, ये जो हम चीजें डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, no, interfaces and types of users और centralized database management system या फिर client server हम डिस्कस करेंगे. I'll be talking about 4. syllabus में 2 ही है, but मैं चारों डिस्कस करूंगी, advantages और disadvantages भी. तो गेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अगर आप देखोगे तो इट्स नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट यूजीसी नेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इंपॉर्टेंट है. और जब मैं प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस लूंगी और सेशंस लूंगी, प्रैक्टिस सेशंस, तो उसमें हम यूजीसी नेट में एक्सक्लूसिवली आपको बताऊंगी कि ये जो प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन है ये गेट का है और ये यूजीसी नेट के. तो इससे क्या होगा, व्हेन यूजीसी नेट स्टूडेंट्स विल आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट्स फ्रॉम गेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. और गेट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू वालों के लिए थ्योरी एक्स्ट्रा ही जा रही है, तो जब आप कुछ एक्स्ट्रा रीड करते हो तो उसका बेनिफिट ही होता है, राइट? और जो टॉपिक्स बहुत ज्यादा मतलब प्योरली थ्योरेटिकल है, विच आर नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट, आई गेस सम अदर एजुकेटर विल बी टेकिंग दो सेशंस. इज दिस क्लियर? बाकी हिमांशु सर आपको डिटेल में बता देंगे. See, whatever I'm taking, so जो मैं syllabus follow कर रही हूँ, अभी भी जो हम topics ले रहे हैं, that is according to the net syllabus.
Okay, ma'am.
है ना? ये interfaces and types of users और centralized system और client server system, ये net के syllabus में, gate के syllabus में नहीं है. ओके, लाइक मैंने कॉमन टॉपिक्स कैसे बोले, जैसे नॉर्मलाइजेशन है, वो गेट एग्जाम में भी आता है और नेट के एग्जाम में भी आता है. तो हमें सिर्फ
the net PYQ.
हाँ, I'll be discussing the PYQs from net as well as from gate. तो उससे बेनिफिट क्या होगा कि जो PYQs UGC net के हैं, that will be behaving as like the practice questions from for gate students. और जो PYQs gate के हैं वो net में भी तो आ ही सकते हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
लाइक नॉर्मलाइजेशन के ऊपर टॉपिक है, तो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. नेट वाले स्टूडेंट्स का कोई भी टॉपिक नहीं छूटेगा. गेट वालों के लिए सिलेबस, यू कैन से दैट कि जो नेट का सिलेबस है ना, इट्स जस्ट लाइक, लेट मी ड्रॉ दिस इज द सिलेबस फॉर नेट स्टूडेंट्स, और इसका जो सब पार्ट है दैट इज फॉर गेट. तो ऑब्वियसली बात है कि अगर आपने नेट का सिलेबस पूरा डिटेल में कवर किया तो गेट का सिलेबस आपका कवर हो जाएगा. And we will be focusing on the outer circle. So we'll be covering the complete syllabus of NET. Moreover, जो आपका बैच है वो नेट का ही बैच है, right? So don't worry about that. जो भी टॉपिक्स चल रहे हैं आपके पास सिलेबस है, you can mark in that syllabus. So don't worry about that. Okay. So definitely you'll get the like PDF of every topic. आपने देखा होगा मैं स्लाइड्स में हर एक पॉइंट जो भी डिस्कस कर रही हूँ, एवरी पॉइंट इज इंक्लूडेड इन द स्लाइड्स, राइट? और प्रैक्टिस सेशंस हम लेंगे जैसे हमारा एक यूनिट फिनिश हो जाएगा. आफ्टर दैट विल टेक अ प्रैक्टिस सेशन, देन विल मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट यूनिट. So this way, unit by unit, you will be able to understand that what sort of questions can be asked from that unit. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
ये अप्रोच सही है या फिर एंड पे करना है सिलेबस खत्म करने के बाद?
No, ma'am, this approach is अच्छा है
ना? This approach is better,
Yes, yes.
right?
It is very useful.
Yes. So आपको साथ साथ में पता चलता रहता है कि आपने कितना डिटेल में और आपकी प्रिपरेशन किस लेवल पे चल रही है. So you
Yes,
get
ma'am.
to know that. Okay, so let's talk about the interfaces. Yesterday we had talked about the database languages, in which we have talked about data definition languages, data manipulation language, data control language, and transaction control language, right? Now we have to talk about the interfaces. What do you understand by interface? इंटरफेस बच्चे क्या होता है लेमैन की टर्म्स में? जब भी मैं आपसे कोई भी क्वेश्चन पूछती हूँ, दिस डज नॉट मीन कि आई वांट द टेक्निकल डेफिनेशन. मेरा मतलब पूछने का सिर्फ इतना होता है कि आपको लेमैन की टर्म्स में रिलेट करके आपको कैसा लगता है. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग?
Interface means the surface surrounding any object or anything.
Surface around, what is the purpose of that interface? I think this is not the correct interpretation for the word interface. Any idea, Shubham? Okay, so interface is something like you can say that a channel through which you can interact with somebody or some system. If we are talking about the system, so this means that there must be some communication channel through which you can communicate. For example, if you want to interact with the system with your laptop or with some program is like some application. अगर आपको किसी भी एप्लीकेशन के साथ इंटरैक्ट करना है, so what is the approach? For example, database interface का मतलब क्या है? In the database, you have to interact with the database. तो कितने तरीके से आप interact कर सकते हो? First of all, if I talk about the operations that can be performed on the database, normal operations are user कौन से operations perform कर सकता है? It can add the data in the database, that is insertion, can delete the data, can update the data. So in how many ways that can be done? आपने बहुत बार फॉर्म्स फिल किए होंगे, राइट? समटाइम्स व्हेन यू आर इंटरैक्टिंग विद द सिस्टम, मेन्यू फॉर्म में आपके पास मेन्यू बेस्ड इंटरफेस होता है, लाइक ड्रॉप डाउन मेन्यू इज देयर एंड फ्रॉम दैट यू आर सेलेक्टिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, you are filling out the form of some university and you have to select the branch. Okay, so if 6 branches are there, this means that in that branch you can select one value out of those 6 values. Make sense? So in that case, that is known as menu based interface. Other form could be like a form is there and you have to fill out the entries. जो आपने entries full की हैं, like asterisk given होता है. Asterisk means that field is mandatory. You need to mandatorily provide the value of that field. So if you're providing the value for that field, that will be stored in the database. And if the value is not provided for some field where this mandatory tag is there, in that case, your form will not get submitted. This means that some constraint is applied. और अगर किसी फील्ड पे आपके पास एस्ट्रिक नहीं है तो इट्स कंप्लीटली द चॉइस ऑफ द यूजर वेदर ही वांट टू एंटर द वैल्यू और डोंट वांट टू एंटर द वैल्यू. करेक्ट? तो उस केस में क्या होता है, अगर आपने वैल्यू नहीं दी बट डेटाबेस में ऑल द फील्ड्स व्हिच आर अवेलेबल इन द फॉर्म इट्स देयर, तो वहां पे क्या होगा, it will be storing the default value. For example, if name is not provided, so it will store the value that is equal to null. Make sense? So this is another way. और कौन सा तरीका किसी भी एप्लीकेशन के साथ इंटरेक्ट करने का, that is the graphical user interface, GUI. GUI means which is represented in the form of the pictures, some icons. So these are the different ways through which a user can interact with the system. Because जो भी user है, for example, you are studying the subject DBMS और आपने मान लो Oracle का कोर्स भी कर लिया, आपने query languages understand कर ली, क्या जरूरी है कि जितने भी user है, every user needs to understand that what query should be provided to the system? For example, ATM machine is there. कोई तो program upload हुआ है उसमें. So do you have the knowledge of that program? No. For every end user, it's not possible, it's not required. So this means that कोई भी end user system के साथ easily interact कर सके, कोई भी input देनी है, so to ask some query, to get the result of some query, it can be done in some easy way. So there are different ways to interact with the DBMS. So to interact with the DBMS, interface is provided. Is this clear? And is the requirement of interface clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
So
Yes,
interface is nothing but DBMS system. DBMS is database management system. Interface is a user interface. It's a user interface means user is interacting through this interface, which allows the user for the ability to input queries to a database without using the query language itself. For example, आपने कोई college management system की एक application बनाई and you want to look at the timetable or you want to look at the marks which you have obtained in the current semester. तो क्या आप उसमें query लिखोगे? Select marks and name from result table where roll number is something like this. क्या आप इस तरीके से result को extract करते हो? Is this the way? किस तरीके से? This means that you want to retrieve some information from the database. And what input is provided? Up generally, you have to mention your roll number. So this means that you are not writing the query, but still you are getting the result. Why is it so? Because whenever you are writing some application, for example, आपके पास एक form है, you need to fill out a form, and here multiple fields are there. Let's assume that here you have to type the name, you need to type the age, you need to provide the address, you need to provide the phone number. So text boxes are there where you need to give the input. This means that I'm talking about the sign up form. किसी भी application में जाते हो, first of all, you need to sign up. So multiple fields are there, and out of these fields, some fields are mandatory fields. And after that, you have a submit button. Submit or cancel, something like this. Whenever you click on the submit button, what happens? You have filled the fields here. You have provided the value. What will happen on clicking the submit button? No interaction.
My data is recorded in the database.
Recorded in the sense, it will be inserted in the table. Right?
Yeah.
है ना? तो insert करने के लिए yesterday we had talked about the query language. तो आपने यहाँ पे query provide की, आपने query लिखी, आपने कोई query नहीं लिखी, just you clicked on the submit button. So this means that user needs some interface. This interface is provided by the programmer. राइट? प्रोग्रामर कौन है? जिसकी एक्सपर्टीज है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कल को जाके आप सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर बन जाते हो एंड यू हैव ऑप्टेड फॉर द डीबी फील्ड, तो उस केस में क्या होगा? यू विल बी द वन who will be having the expertise in writing the queries, and after that, that software will be used by the end users. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is the requirement of the interface. So this
Yes, ma'am.
means that
Ma'am, please explain for in the sign-in case.
in case of sign in, what will happen? जैसे आप sign in करते हो, what fields are required?
Username, password.
Yes, you need to know the username. So जब username कहाँ से आएगा? जो आपने sign up के time पे use किया होगा. Username, you need to mention here the username. After that, you need to mention the password here. And then you have the submit button. And one link comes here, that is the forgot password. Yes? Sometimes you must have observed that अब question is कि form से जब आपने data store किया, you had created the password, how is it going to identify that whether the password is matching or not? बहुत बार आपके पास error आती है कि incorrect password. So how the system knows that for this username, what is the password? This means that again there is a requirement of a query. What is that query? So query क्या करेगी? It will be matching, for example, in the table. तो ये जैसे ही आपने सबमिट बटन पे क्लिक किया, this information goes to the table, and in the table that information gets stored, right? So basically sign up का मतलब क्या? सबमिट करने पे this is inserting this data in the table. So here you will be having the information like username, जो भी यहाँ पे fields हैं, age, address, phone number, etc. And also you have created a password. So here your password is available, right? अब जैसे आपने यहाँ पे username enter किया, and we know that username is always unique, right? No two users can have the same username. So जैसे आपने username enter किया, it will match that which of the row is matching with the provided username. Username जहाँ पे match होगा, that particular row will be selected, and on the basis of that, it will be matching with the password. If password, here you have provided the password, from this table, you will be getting the password which you have stored. So it will match both the passwords. If the passwords are correct, then you'll be able to log in into the system. Otherwise, it will give you an error that password is not matching. So this is how your sign-in form is working. क्योंकि system के पास इतना डेटा कहाँ पे स्टोर्ड है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपका जीमेल का पासवर्ड है, ओवर द ग्लोब सो मेनी जीमेल आईडीज आर अवेलेबल. और जब भी आप अपनी जीमेल आईडी क्रिएट करते हो, तो हमेशा आपको, इफ आई वांट टू क्रिएट अ जीमेल आईडी लाइक shefalisingla@gmail.com, मुझे मिलेगी आईडी? No, because that ID is already provided to some user which is having the user ID as Shefali Singla. What is the reason कि ID आपको same ID नहीं grant होगी? Because it is using the user ID as the key. Key का मतलब क्या है? Which is responsible to uniquely identify the rows of a table. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
तो इस तरीके से जब भी आपके कोई एप्लीकेशन बनती है, क्रिएट होती है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव द होम पेज. Two options will be provided, sign in and sign up. So जो भी sign up के time पे information चाहिए, you can create a form. So that this is what? This is nothing but this is the form based interface. So basically this interface is provided to the user. क्योंकि जब submit कर रहे हैं तो यहाँ पे query किसने लिखी है? User तो हर बार query नहीं लिखेगा ना, to insert the data. So this means that the user will be able to interact with the system. Interaction किस लिए चाहिए? To insert the data, to retrieve the data and so on. So to interact with the system without writing the query. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I hope that the importance of interface is clear, because
Yes.
end user को इतनी knowledge नहीं है. See, whenever sign up with Google, तो इसका मतलब क्या है, जो भी आपके system में saved है data, so it is extracting the information from that data. Cookies होती हैं system में, right? आपने अपने system में login किया हुआ है, तो definitely there must be some cookies maintained, some information is stored somewhere in the memory. In fact, you must have seen कि आपके पास आपने कुछ सिस्टम में देखा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप किसी शॉपिंग साइट पे गए, ओके, एंड इन द गूगल अकाउंट यू हैव लॉग्ड इन विद सम जीमेल आईडी, तो उसमें साइड में आपको एडवर्टीजमेंट्स शो करते हैं, राइट? और वो एडवर्टीजमेंट सबके लिए सेम होती है? ऑब्वियसली दे आर नॉट सेम. आपने लास्ट रिसेंटली जो भी आपने शॉपिंग की होगी, जो भी चीजें आपने देखी होंगी, आपको एडवर्टीजमेंट्स में भी उसी से रिलेटेड डेटा मिलता है, राइट? ऐसा होता है?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
चाहे आप उस साइट पे कभी नहीं गए हो, बट स्टिल दे आर शोइंग यू द ऑप्शंस, दे आर शोइंग यू द आइटम्स बेस्ड ऑन योर इंटरेस्ट. उनको कैसे पता चला कि शुभम का क्या इंटरेस्ट है और लिपिका का क्या इंटरेस्ट है? दे डोंट नो एनीथिंग.
Last search. According to my last search.
लास्ट सर्च आपने उस पर्टिकुलर साइट पे तो नहीं किया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई बॉट सम प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द फ्लिपकार्ट एंड आफ्टर दैट आई एम गोइंग टू Amazon, और जब आप गूगल सर्च करते हो, ओके, तो ब्राउजर में साइड पे आपने देखा होगा, राइट साइड पे कॉर्नर में कुछ एडवर्टीजमेंट्स आती रहती हैं. सो दोज एडवर्टीजमेंट्स, उन एडवर्टीजमेंट्स में कौन से प्रोडक्ट शो कर रहे होते हैं जो आपने उस टाइम शॉपिंग के टाइम पे फ्लिपकार्ट पे चेक किए थे, राइट?
Yes.
So this is only because it is maintaining the database. काफी स्पेशलाइजेशंस आ जाती हैं, काफी डिटेल में चला जाता है, so will not go into that much depth, but obviously it is retrieving the information on the basis of, on the interest, according to the interest of the user. So in simple terms, interface is a user interface. ये क्या करता है? It allows the user to input the queries to a database. Query क्या हो सकती है? We have talked about different types of queries in yesterday's session. Input queries to a database without using the query language itself. Query language, like we have talked about, MySQL is there, Oracle is there. So many query languages are there. So without writing any query using some query language, even then you'll be able to enter the data. So on the basis of this, user-friendly interfaces कौन से? User-friendly interfaces provided by DBMS may include, सबसे पहले आपके पास क्या आता है? It's the menu-based interface for web clients or browsing. जब आपको browse करना है, so menu is provided. इस तरीके से कुछ बना हुआ होता है, and here we have the arrow. So whenever you click on this arrow, so it's the menu driven. In fact, जब आप Google search में जाते हो and you click on the drop down menu, so it will show you lot many options. Correct? So that is one sort of interface, menu driven interface. Form based interfaces, graphical user interface, natural language interface, speech input and output interfaces for DBA. So these are different types of interfaces. Let's talk about each of them one by one. So the first one is menu based interface. So in this case, I'm so sorry. In this, the interface will present the user. Menu का मतलब क्या? List of options will be provided. For example, if you have to choose a branch while filling out the form, so it will show you an option of branches कि आप कौन सी branch को select कर सकते हो. So that is menu driven. So the user It presents the users with a list of options, which is also known as the menus that led to the user through the formation of a request. तो इसका बेनिफिट क्या है? बेनिफिट इज कि सारी की सारी ऑप्शंस आपको मेन्यू की फॉर्म में शो कर दी, तो जो यूजर है उसको कुछ भी याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है कि इसकी डोमेन कॉन्स्ट्रेंट क्या हो सकते हैं, कौन सी वैल्यू आ सकती है. सो यू नीड नॉट टू रिमेंबर एनीथिंग. इवन व्हेन यू आर फिलिंग आउट द फॉर्म, it's easier to select the values from the drop down menu instead of writing the data. Yes? Can you relate it with the name?
Okay.
इतना छोटा सा ओके मतलब मे और मे नॉट बी वाला केस है, क्योंकि अगर बिल्कुल क्लियर होता है तो फिर एकदम से कड़क आवाज आनी चाहिए. ओके, so what is the main advantage? The main advantage of using menus is that they removes the tension of remembering specific commands and syntax of any query language rather than queries basically. So you got this point, right? Pull down menus are very popular. ये कहाँ पे यूज होते हैं? जनरली जो भी आपके पास वेब बेस्ड इंटरफेसेस होते हैं, वेब क्लाइंट्स और ब्राउजिंग के टाइम पे, it's the very useful, very popular. In fact, if you search for some data, अगर आप गूगल में एक वर्ड लिखते हो सर्च में, ब्राउजर में जाके, तो वहां पे आपको ऑप्शंस दिखा देता है कि रेलिवेंट, इससे रेलिवेंट और क्या क्या सर्चेस हुए हैं.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That is the menu based interfaces.
Yes. Even if you want to search for some previous year question and you'll type 3 to 4 words, तो complete question दिखा देता है वो अपने आप.
UIQ
Yes, ma'am.
2016.
Sorry?
Previous year question of different different exam.
Just you need to provide some keyword, और उस keyword से related जितने, see, अगर तो आपके पास limited जैसे branches हैं, 6 branches are there, तो आपको keyword भी provide करने की जरूरत नहीं है. But if lot many options are there, अब कितने सारे questions हो सकते हैं related to DBMS, if simply I'll write DBMS, तो it won't get to know कि क्या return करना है. इतनी सारी options है, हो सकता है कि जो options आ रही हैं उनमें मेरी वाली option available नहीं है. So in that case, you need to write 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 keywords. At least जब तक आपको आंसर नहीं मिल जाता, क्योंकि उस केस में क्या कहते हैं, it will eliminate the options which are not matching with the keywords which are provided by the user.
Okay.
Yeah, some smart approach is definitely used, but अगर आप first time search कर रहे हो तो बहुत सारे questions available है, right? Next time से तो system को भी पता चल जाता है कि शुभम is searching for PYQs on Gate and Lipika is searching for PYQs on net. है ना? तो बाद में तो सिस्टम को भी समझ में आ जाता है कि पहले फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस इज गिवन टू व्हाट, है ना? तो जितना ज्यादा आपका सिस्टम में कुकी स्टोर होती जाएंगी, इजीली आप का जो डेटा है वो होता है ना कि सामने वाले को समझो और समझ में आ जाता है कि व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो सेम थिंग, है ना? तो दिस विल बी प्रोवाइडेड. तो बेसिकली ये कहाँ पे यूज हो रहा है? आपने भी बहुत बार यूज किया हुआ है, राइट? कहाँ पे यूज किए? वेब क्लाइंट्स और ब्राउजिंग के टाइम पे. सो वेब बेस्ड इंटरफेसेस जो है आपके पास, they are basically using this is one of the very popular example for these menu based interfaces. So they are often used in browsing interface which allow a user to look through the contents of a database in an exploratory and unstructured manner. Have you ever filled any form for the search for browsing any content? Have you ever filled a form? आप खुद सोचो, कभी आपने फॉर्म फिल किए?
No.
Yeah. So this means that form based interface is not used, it's the menu based interface is used. Clear?
Yes.
Clear.
Next, second type is form based interface. नाम से क्या लग रहा है? Form based means you need to fill out a form. Form will be provided and you need to provide the information in the form, and when you'll click on some button, submit or discard or cancel, accordingly the action will be taken. So a form based interface displays a form to each user. It will displays a form to each user और यूजर क्या करेगा, इट विल फिल आउट ईदर all the entries, if all the entries are mandatory, या फिर सारी entries की value पता है और आपके पास time है, कई बार बहुत unnecessarily fields होती है and the length of the form is too big and the user is in such a hurry कि जो mandatory fields है सिर्फ वो fill करो, बाकी को unfilled छोड़ दो. आपके साथ भी बहुत बार हुआ होगा, right? So in that case, either it will be filling out all the entries of the form, fill out all of the form entries to insert a new data, or they can fill out only certain entries. What are those certain entries? Which are the mandatory entries. Because if the mandatory entries won't be provided, then the form will not be submitted. Entries in which, अब ये कैसे पता चलेगा कौन सी field mandatory है? तो वहां पे कुछ constraint applied होता है on the field. When we'll be talking about the query languages in detail, I'll discuss that, how to apply the constraints on different fields. Right? These are provided during the design of the schema or during the design of the database or a table or a view. So certain entries in which case the DBMS will redeem same type of data for other remaining entries. Agar data nahi provided hai, to same data will be entered. For example, if name is not available, so it will store the value null, something like this. Or if some default value is provided, it will be storing the default value. So can you relate it with the name? Jitne bhi hum interfaces discuss karenge, you can relate every interface with the name itself.
Ma'am, sometimes when we fill up the forms, then there is a timeout option that in between this time you have to submit the form, or if I cross the time limit, then again I have to fill up the form from the beginning. Then
yes,
what's the reason?
That is from security reasons.
Okay.
Okay. For example, like whenever you are receiving some OTP, right? So they are like, you can use this OTP for the next 10 minutes or for the next 30 minutes, because in that case, sometimes people can misuse that OTP. So jahan pe bhi aapko security provide karni hai. For example, if you have logged into your internet banking, right? So after some time, it will automatically logs out from the system. What is the reason? For example, कि मैंने अपने फोन में इंटरनेट बैंकिंग ओपन किया या फिर मैंने कोई भी बैंक की एप्लीकेशन को ओपन किया, I did a transaction and I forgot to log out from that application, or I forgot to close that application. So in that case, if some other person is using my system, system can be your this laptop, computer system, or mobile, any electronic device जहां पे भी आपने login किया है, and if I forgot that and पीछे से कोई और बंदा आके उसको access कर ले, then what will happen? Because जो भी आपके बैंक अकाउंट की information है और your account is open, so anybody can withdraw the amount from your account. So security is required, right? So these type of constraints are applied to the applications where security is required. So many examples are there जहां पे automatically time out हो जाता है, और आपने देखा होगा जहां पे भी automatically time out होता है वो सारी real life applications है where security is required. Otherwise कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपका व्हाट्सएप अकाउंट है, आप उसको ओपन करके छोड़ दो, उसमें कौन सी ऐसी सिक्योरिटी है? अनटिल एंड अनलेस आपकी कोई प्राइवेट चैट हो, राइट?
यस मैम.
सो ऑटोमेटिकली लॉक नहीं होता, बट जितनी भी आपकी बैंकिंग एप्लीकेशंस होंगी या फिर wherever security is required. For example, if I talk about the reservation system, IRCTC, तो वहां पे भी I guess the time limit is for 30 minutes. I don't remember, it's more than 2 years. I have not used that application, but as I remember, some limit was there. तो उसके पीछे रीजन क्या है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने कहीं पे जाना है, मैंने टिकट बुक करवा दी एंड माई फैमिली डोंट वांट कि मैं जाऊं और मैं अपने सिस्टम से लॉग आउट करना भूल गई, सो दे कैन कैंसिल माई टिकट, राइट? So automatically it will log out. So किसी भी एप्लीकेशन में मेनली सिक्योरिटी की वजह से, so but anyhow you have to apply the constraint, so it can be used on any application. Clear? Form based interface clear? So see, whenever you'll be developing some application, no, all these points you have to use. क्योंकि कोई भी एप्लीकेशन जब आप बनाते हो तो बच्चे उसमें डेटाबेस तो आपको चाहिए ही होगा ना, because whatever data you will be having, if you are developing some application, तो obviously बात है कि कुछ end users होंगे, those who will be using that application, so need to store the data of those users. So this means that we need the database. अब बहुत सारे programs होते हैं जहाँ पे user से आप data नहीं ले रहे हो, so और very small data is there, तो वहाँ पे हम database नहीं करते. Simply data structures का concept use करके, data structures क्या होते हैं? Those are also used to store the data in a container in an organized manner. और data structures बहुत सारे हैं, according to the requirement you can opt for, you can use any data structure, right? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these type of forms are usually designed or created and programmed for the users that have no expertise in the operating systems. Means कौन से users इस form को use करें जिनकी कोई expertise नहीं है. Many DBMS have form specification languages, which are special languages that help specify such forms. So many languages are available, so you can use either. But जब भी आप application बनाओगे, so बाकी depend करता है कि आप कौन से level पे बना रहे हो. But usually MySQL is used, Oracle, MySQL. So in our syllabus also, sorry.
Please repeat third point once again.
See, third point is that this interface is provided for the users, those who have not any expertise with interacting with the system. For example, कोई भी layman term है, for example, अगर मैं अपनी बात करूं, जो ATM मशीन है, I have no expertise कि उसको कैसे उसके operating system के साथ deal करना है. So if you are using any application, you are interacting with any system and you don't have the expertise, so वहाँ पे usually what happens, form based interface is used. But सबसे easier way कौन सा होता है? Easiest way is pictorial way,
Graphical
user interface.
interface.
Right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. So next, third type is graphical user interface. Graphical user interface का मतलब क्या? What do you understand by GUI? बहुत बार आपने programming languages में भी सुना होगा GUI. What is this graphical user interface? So instead of the data, just you have to select the picture. For example, अभी बहुत बार होता है कि whenever you are filling some application and you are like selecting that I'm not a robot, and they'll say that you need to select the pictures which are containing the image of a cycle, image of a plane, image of a tree, image of a car or something like that. So in that case, आपको exclusively कुछ data enter नहीं करना है, just you have to select the images, right? So this means that जो GUI है, it typically displays the schema. Schema is the structure to the user in diagrammatic form, right? और जब भी आपको कोई query देनी है, कुछ भी data enter करना है, just you need to manipulate the diagram and the new input will be provided. बहुत सारे GUIs ऐसे भी होते हैं जिनमें menus और forms भी use होते हैं. So it's a combination of image, menus, forms, etc. So mostly GUI based interface जो होते हैं, in that case there is very less requirement of using the keyboard. GUI means you have to select the images. So selection किससे होता है? Pointer is required, and pointer किसके साथ move होते हैं? By moving the mouse. So यहाँ पे कौन से devices चाहिए होते हैं in order to interact with the GUI interface? Devices like mouse is required to pick certain part of the displayed schema. Clear? I guess GUI में कुछ explain करने वाला था भी नहीं. Operating system is actually not, it's a software which is responsible, which is behaving as an interface between the hardware and the software. So can you point out, can you look at the operating system? It's a software. Operating system आपको display होते हैं? Yeah, right. So how can it be the GUI? आप उसमें सिलेक्शन कैसे कर सकते हो? पहली चीज, आप ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में कोई चेंजेस कर सकते हो? एज एन एंड यूजर, जो भी हम ये इंटरफेसेस की बात कर रहे हैं, दीज इंटरफेसेस आर प्रोवाइडेड टू द एंड यूजर. एंड यूजर कौन है? जो उस एप्लीकेशन को यूज कर रहे हैं. तो अगर आप ये बोल रहे हो कि ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम प्रोवाइड्स GUI, दिस मीन्स दैट यू आर डायरेक्टली इंटरेक्टिंग विद द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. इज दिस पॉसिबल?
No, not possible.
तो एंड यूजर किसी भी एप्लीकेशन के लिए कौन है? जो उस एप्लीकेशन को यूज कर रहे हैं. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट वी हैव नेचुरल लैंग्वेज इंटरफेस. इमेजेस को बच्चे जब भी आप सेलेक्ट करते हो तो वो GUI ही है, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट राइटिंग एनी डेटा. अब हमने इसमें एक और पॉइंट बोला था कि जो भी आपके पास GUI इंटरफेस होता है, that also contains the form-based or menu-driven interface. For example, if you search for some image like the architecture of DBMS, तो बहुत सारी images आ जाएंगी, right? So among those images, you are going to select only one image. तो कैसे select करोगे? Are you writing any query for that? No, you just click on that image. This means that आप वहां पे pointer लेके गए and you have selected that image. For example, if you want to edit some picture, so are you writing any query for that? So wherever you are just selecting the data, you are providing the query by just selecting the pointer, by moving the pointer, that is GUI. GUI
Yes.
means diagrammatical representation.
Yes.
Where the input is provided with the help of mouse.
Clear.
Next we have natural language interface. Natural language का मतलब क्या होता है? Natural language can be anything, need not to be an English language, right? So the interface which which accept request written in English or some other language and attempt to understand them, that is natural language interface. For example, sometimes you are giving the input in Tamil language, but you want the meaning of some Tamil word in Hindi. आपको किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया in some other language, you want to search for the meaning of that. So this means that some natural language processing is done, NLP. This is one of the very important ongoing project. It's NLP, right? Sanskrit का आपके पास कोई word आ गया, आपको उसका meaning नहीं मालूम, so you can find out the meaning. कहाँ से meaning find करोगे? For example, you must have used the dictionary in your life. Childhood में तो at least you must have used वो जो मोटी सी book होती थी, dictionary. Have you used?
Yes, ma'am. Used.
So what happens in that case? Hindi to English dictionary is there, English to Hindi dictionary is there, English to English dictionary is there. मुझे इतनी ही पता है. इसके अलावा भी बहुत exist करती हैं online systems में तो बहुत.
Ma'am, Bengali to English, English to Bengali.
Yeah, for every language it's there. So this means that if you are earlier we had that paper-based dictionary, but now we have online dictionaries available. So in that case, obviously so many words are there. So those words needs to be stored somewhere in the schema. And whenever you are taking that and you have to relate the Bengali word, some word which is in the Bengali language, but I don't know the meaning of that. So what I'll do is I'll enter that word and I want the meaning in the English language or in the Hindi language. So this means that we need to relate both the words, right? So this means that for that some schema is required and some interface is required to get the meaning, to get the to interpret the request which is provided. Make sense? So that is natural language interface. So natural language interface has its own schema. For example, Bengali language ke liye jo words hai, those will be provided in one schema or one dictionary or in one database, which is similar to the database conceptual schema as well as dictionary of important words. दोनों similar होंगे तो ही आप उनको relate कर पाओगे. The natural language interface refers to the words. कौन से वर्ड्स को रेफर करेगा इन इट्स स्कीमा एज वेल एज जो बंगाली वर्ड है उसको तो रेफर करेगा ही करेगा एज वेल एज टू द सेट ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड वर्ड्स, फॉर एग्जांपल रिटन इन द इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इन अ डिक्शनरी टू इंटरप्रेट द रिक्वेस्ट. टू इंटरप्रेट मींस टू execute, to find the meaning of that request, right? If the interpretation is successful, this means that you got the word. Then the interface generates high-level query corresponding to the natural language. It will generate, for example, मैंने Bengali में कोई word बोला, मुझे बच्चे Bengali नहीं आती है. So can you tell me some Bengali word? What is good evening in Bengali? Okay, I guess.
Shubho Sondha.
Shubho Sondha. Okay, so instead of Shubho Sondha, if I write here Shubho Ratri, I hope कि ये valid word होगा, I don't know. So Shubho Ratri.
Yes, good night.
Okay, हाँ, Ratri से obviously it's night. तो Shubho is good. Thank you, DBMS सीखते सीखते आपने मुझे बंगाली के 2 words सिखा दिए. Thank you so much. So Shubho Ratri, but I okay, कुछ invalid word लिखते हैं. For example, Shubhora. Okay, so that is invalid word. तो अगर बंगाली का invalid word है, will you get the meaning in the English language? Obviously not, right? So first of all, it will interpret the request, whether that request, just be word के लिए I'm searching, whether that is a valid request or invalid request. If it is a valid request, interpretation is successful, means it's a valid request, then the interface generates a high-level query corresponding to the natural language and submit to the database management system for processing. Otherwise, agar unsuccessful interpretation hai, that means we are looking for invalid word. In that case, a dialogue is started. Some dialog box will be displayed to clarify that any provided condition or request. This means that it will tell you that your word is not correct. Some error message will be displayed on the screen. Something like that. वो error कैसे handle कर रहे हैं? It varies from application to application. Make sense? The main disadvantage क्या है इसका? That the capabilities of this interfaces are not much advanced. See, we are not talking about the operating system. We are talking about some application. So in an application, multiple interfaces could be there. For example, we had talked about आपके पास एक कोई form है जिसमें GUI is also there. Form fill की option भी होती है. बहुत सारे forms देखे होंगे जिनमें menu based fields are also there. So it can contain multiple interfaces. Interface simply means that how user is providing the input to the system. It can be any system. I'm not saying कि operating system interface नहीं होता है. Interface is there. If I talk about the types of operating systems, so generally these are categorized as the Windows operating systems or Linux operating system, right? तो दोनों के बीच में difference कहाँ पे आता है कि if I talk about the performance of the operating system, so Linux operating system is better than the Windows operating system. जितने भी high level projects होते हैं, whenever you'll be doing the masters and you'll be working on some high level project, so in that case, definitely you'll be using the Linux operating system. but still many people prefer Windows operating system. What is the difference? Difference आता है interface में. If I talk about the interface of both the operating systems, so the interface of Windows operating systems is very, very easy as compared to the Linux. Windows is user-friendly operating system. Why is it so? Because that is GUI based. For example, if I have to go to the file folder, तो आपके पास file वाला icon है, you'll click on that icon and you'll select that. In the file, let's assume that DBMS folder is there. I'll select the DBMS folder. In the DBMS folder, lecture number 4 की slides hai. I want to access that. So you just need to click, click, click. So whatever information you want to retrieve, or तो आप information retrieve करने से पहले you need to provide the input. So you need to tell the system that which file to which file you are accessing. So how are you providing that information? By just selecting the icons.
Yes.
Right? So this means that that is using the GUI base. So Windows operating system is GUI interface. But majority users are using this because of GUI interface. That is very easy to access. But performance is low as compared to the Linux operating system, but still Linux operating system is used. But कौन से users use कर रहे हैं Linux operating system को? Those who are comfortable with the commands.
Yes.
Because in the Linux operating system, icons are not there. If you want to open some folder, if you want to access some file, whatever operation you have to provide, whatever information you have to provide, जो भी input देनी है, that will always be given in the form of the commands. Yes. So Linux is command-based operating system, whereas Windows is GUI-based operating system. तो अगर हम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम की बात कर रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो सिर्फ GUI होगा या कमांड बेस्ड होगा. कॉम्बिनेशंस कैन आल्सो बी यूज्ड. क्लियर? आई होप लिपिका आपका भी डाउट क्लियर हो गया.
यस मैम, क्लियर.
ओके, बट दिस इज नॉट वेरी पॉपुलर. नेचुरल लैंग्वेज इंटरफेस, जो फर्स्ट 3 इंटरफेसेस हमने डिस्कस किए, those are used very commonly. Speech input and output. What does it mean? Speech input और output का मतलब क्या है? This means that to some system, to some software, input is given, और जो भी आप क्वेरी प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, दैट इज थ्रू द स्पीच, एंड आउटपुट यू आर गेटिंग थ्रू द स्पीच. तो नॉर्मली कहां पे यूज होता है ये? वेयर लेस नंबर ऑफ कीवर्ड्स आर यूज्ड. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ यू वांट टू do some inquiry from the telephone directory, right? So there it is using speech input and output. Flight arrival or departure. For example, if you want to get the information related to the flight arrival or departure, already website पे जाके आप GUI based और form based के साथ access कर सकते हो. Another approach is, अगर आप call कर रहे हो, then you need to speak up. They'll be like, if you want to continue in English, then select 1. If you want to continue in Hindi, select 2. If you want to continue in Bengali, select 3. If you want to continue in some other language, then select 4 or something like that, right? So you need to select the word. So limited vocab is used in such kind of interfaces, right? So there is an limited use of speech, say it for a query or an answer to a question, or being a result of a request. It is becoming commonplace. For example, आपने Alexa देखा होगा, right? So you speak something, Alexa play a song, तो Alexa शुरू हो जाता है.
Google Assistant.
Google Assistant. Another example. So whatever you speak, so basically whatever work you want to be done, तो आप किस तरीके से input दे रहे हो, किस तरीके से query दिए, in the form of a speech. So that is what it is, working on speech interface, speech input output interface. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So the speech input is detecting using a predefined words used to set up the parameters that are supplied for the queries. जो भी for example if you want to play a song, तो यहाँ पे predefined word क्या है? Play. Play is the predefined word. कौन सा song? You need to speak up that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we have interfaces for DBA. This is the last interface. Who is DBA? We have talked about this. It's database administrator.
Administrator.
And what is the responsibility of DBA?
To manage the
Update,
database.
manipulate the database, update, insert, or deletion.
मतलब जितनी भी responsibility है database में कितने tables होंगे, what should be the constraints, what should be the relationships among the tables, what data needs to be inserted, etc., etc. Everything will be taken care by DBA. So interfaces for DBA means जो DBA होता है, that is some specialized or expert person जिसकी expertise है, right? So this is basically using the commands. क्योंकि जिसकी expertise है, they can provide the commands. So most database systems contains privileged commands that can be used only by the DBA staff. For example, authorization के लिए commands देनी है, कौन सा यूजर सिर्फ रीड कर सकते हैं, कौन सा राइट कर सकते हैं, किसके पास अपडेट करने का भी ऑथराइजेशन होगी. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स विल बी हैंडल्ड बाय द डीबीए स्टाफ. These include commands for creating accounts, setting system parameters, granting account authorization. Authorization we have discussed. Changing a schema means swap karna hai, alter karna hai, and so on. Reorganizing the storage structures of a database. So whatever information is related to the database, that is handled by the DBA staff. So for this, queries will be provided. And for that, it's a command based. So that is the interface for DBA. This means that that interface will be only used by the DBA. Right? आप कोई भी एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करते हो तो जिसने भी वो एप्लीकेशन बनाई है, ऑब्वियस सी बात है कि अपडेट करने का राइट उसके पास होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल जूम एप्लीकेशन जिसने बनाई है, डू यू हैव द राइट टू मेक चेंजेस टू द कोड ऑफ जूम? यू डोंट हैव. इवन आई डोंट हैव. राइट? So that is just that interface will be provided to the DBA.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is all about interfaces and the different types of interfaces. For that, you will be, by manipulating the code, you will be coming up with the image of the original application. Original application में तो change नहीं कर रहे हो ना. जो भी आप changes करोगे, आप ओरिजिनल एप्लीकेशन में चेंज कर दोगे, उस कोड को एडिट कर सकते हो. यू कैन जस्ट रीड द कोड, यू कैन जस्ट कॉपी द कोड. राइट?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, you must have gone through the sites like Geeks for Geeks, tutorialspoint.com. So many sites are there. Okay. So whatever content is available there, you can copy the content. Right? But can you modify the content? You can't.
Yes, ma'am.
So अगर आपके पास code available है, so you can just copy that code. You can refer to that code, but you can't make the changes in the original application. Right? So next we have categories of end users. So ये आपके syllabus में नहीं है, but on the basis of the types of users, on the number of the basis of the users, we will be categorizing the systems. Like we have to talk about the centralized system or client server system and so on. तो वहाँ पे ये terms use हो सकते हैं कि what are casual end users, naive or parametric end users, sophisticated end users, standalone users. Okay, casual का मतलब क्या? Okay, first of all, let's understand that what are end users. What are end users? End user कौन है? Any person who is accessing the database for the query or to retrieve the information, to update or to generate the reports. So that is an end user. And there are different types of end users which exist. So those are casual end users, naive or parametric end users, sophisticated end users, and the standalone users. So end users are nothing but these are basically those people whose job requires access to the database. For database को क्यों access करने? For query, to update or to generate the reports. Correct? First type of user is the casual user. Casual means casually kabhi user आया kabhi नहीं आया. Sometimes casually it accesses the software and it inquires about some information. Next time when it is coming, it inquires for something else. So that is the casual user, not a regular user. So these are the users who occasionally access the database, but they require different information each time. Those are casual end users. Simply. तो ये कौन से users होते? These users learn very few facilities that may be used repeatedly from the multiple facilities provided by the DBMS to access it. क्योंकि हर बार एक नई request होती है. So that's why very few facilities are used. कुछ भी इसमें it is not going to learn much. Correct? तो कैजुअल यूजर्स कौन से? जो कभी कभी डेटाबेस को एक्सेस करें एंड एवरी टाइम दे रिक्वायर डिफरेंट इंफॉर्मेशन. सिंपल. जो कैजुअल का मीनिंग होता है कि ठीक है कभी भी कुछ भी टाइप्स. क्लियर? We won't be going into much details, but because this is not there in the NET syllabus or the GATE syllabus. Lipika, you were saying something? In real life, for example, as a student, regularly are you accessing some data? Okay. For example, if I talk about the airlines reservation system. Okay. So are you regularly going to access that application? No.
No, ma'am. No.
So this means that casually sometimes once in a while, or if you are not a frequent traveler, तो कभी कभी आप access करते हो. Sometimes you might be accessing that software to book your ticket. Sometimes you might be accessing the software to get the details on the arrival or the departure of some flight or something like this. Naive or parametric end users are those who are using the queries constantly. Constantly means on the regular basis and updating the database accordingly. So the main job, okay, naive users are the users who basically make up a sizable portion of the database or the end user. Sizable का मतलब कि it is not referring to the whole database, to a part of the database, and the main function क्या है इसका? It basically revolves around constantly querying. Constantly querying means regularly querying and updating the database. For this, we need a standard type of query. एक standard type of query चाहिए, which is also known as the canned transaction that have been programmed and tested. Right? तो इस केस में यूजर को थोड़ा सा लर्न करने की जरूरत होती है कि कौन सी facilities are provided by the DBMS. They need to understand that. Right? For example, if you want to know your bank balance, so regular basis पे sometimes you are accessing that, or you are going to withdraw the money from the ATM. तो उस केस में क्या होता है? आपको थोड़े से steps पता होने चाहिए कि first of all you need to enter your PIN 2-digit number, and then you have to select कि what information is required you want to get the mini statement, you want to withdraw the money, you want to change the PIN or something like that. So user needs to learn very little about the facilities provided by the DBMS. Those are the naive or the parametric end users. Sophisticated end users. Sophisticated end users means जिनको detail में सारी knowledge है. For example, if I talk about the engineers, scientists, business analytics, or other users जो familiar है जितनी भी facilities DBMS provide कर रहे हैं, और जो भी application है उनकी जो भी requirement है. For example, if they want to generate a report, if some management team wants to generate a report, so for that there is a requirement of some engineer or scientist or business analytics. As a naive user, can you generate a report? जो भी information आप access कर रहे हो, that is only related to you. But पूरी organization से related information जो है, are you dealing with that? Are you providing the queries? Do you have the knowledge of the complete database structure?
No.
No. For example, अगर banking की अगर हम बात करें तो user को सिर्फ इतना पता है कि आप अपना बैंक बैलेंस पता कर सकते हो, आपको अकाउंट नंबर पता होगा, you will be knowing your PIN, you will be knowing your passwords, that is it. But actually what database contains और जो आपकी जो requirements है, those are very simple. So this means that that is a category for naive users, but those who are maintaining the software, those who are dealing with the complex requirements, those users are the sophisticated users. Correct? So if they want to generate the reports and they want to execute the complex queries, so this means that they should have a good knowledge of the database facilities. Right? So these users try to learn, obviously बात है क्योंकि complex requirements जो भी requirements है उनको meet करने, so these users try to learn most of the DBMS facilities. In order to achieve, they need to learn DBMS facilities in order to achieve their complex requirements. That is the sophisticated end users. Is the difference clear between the naive user and the sophisticated end user?
Yes, ma'am.
Last type is standalone users. Standalone का मतलब क्या? Definition पे नहीं जाएंगे. First of all, focus on this word. What do you understand by standalone? Not getting any response. बहुत easy word है.
Always
Alone means?
lonely.
Lonely. Lonely कौन होता है? जो अकेला होता है, right?
अकेला होता है.
So standalone means where the user's job is to maintain the personal database, means खुद से related database maintain करना, that is it. Personal information आपको maintain करनी है. For example, आपने कौन से taxes pay किए हैं पूरे year में, you are just maintaining the information of that. घर में सबने क्या taxes pay किया, आप उसकी information तो maintain नहीं कर रहे हो, या पूरी colony की information तो maintain नहीं कर रहे हो ना. So whenever a user is maintaining the personal databases, अब कैसे maintain करोगे? उसके लिए आपको कोई package, कोई software चाहिए. So sometimes ready-made packages are used, so you can buy that. कुछ softwares होते हैं जो free available होते हैं, कुछ formats free available होते हैं. For example, if you want to design your resume, तो free formats are available. So in that resume, you are just storing your personal information. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
तो जो भी आपके पास वो formats हैं, that is behaving as some application and that is used by a single person, a lone user. So standalone users are the users whose job is basically to maintain personal databases by using personal databases by using a ready-made program package that provides easy to use menu-based or graphics-based interfaces. Correct? मेन्यू बेस्ड और ग्राफिक बेस्ड इंटरफेसेस क्या होते हैं आपको मालूम है. सो जो भी आपके पास ये जो रेडीमेड प्रोग्राम होगा, सो दिस में कंटेन डिफरेंट इंटरफेसेस. या तो आप डेटा एंटर कर पाओगे या फिर मेन्यू के साथ यू कैन गिव द इनपुट और यू कैन सेलेक्ट द ग्राफिक्स. An example is the user of a tax package that basically stores a variety of personal financial data of tax purposes. So it is maintaining its own information only. So these users become very proficient in using a specific software package. तो जो सॉफ्टवेयर पैकेज आप अपने लिए यूज कर रहे हो और फ्रिक्वेंटली यूज कर रहे हो तो ऑब्वियसली बात है कि आप उसमें प्रोफिशिएंट हो ही जाओगे, राइट? So this is all about different types of users and interfaces. What was important from the complete session, that was the types of interfaces. That too is important from net point of view. Okay, तो जरूरी नहीं है कि we are only talking about UGC net or NTA or SET. तो ये जो syllabus है, DBMS is one of the very very important subject. Even if you are going for the placements, then also they'll ask the concepts on the basis of DBMS. कोई भी placement point of view से कौन से subjects important होते हैं which are practically used. So DBMS is one of them, because if you are a software engineer or you are joining some multinational company as a software engineer, so you must be working on some application, and if you are working on some application, you need to deal with a lot of data. To handle the data, you should know that how to handle the data, how to store, how to retrieve, how to access, or in simple terms, how to organize the data. If the data won't be properly organized, then the access time will be more. For example, in your study, if 100 books are there, or let's go to some library, thousands of books are there, thousands or lakhs of books are there. So if the books won't be arranged properly and you want to search for like some particular book like Korth, DBMS by Korth, तो आप find कर पाओगे? Will you be able to access that book? Will you be able to find that book? No.
No.
So this means that when large amount of data is available, you need to organize that properly. अगर लाइब्रेरी में बुक्स ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं होंगी तो इट इज गोइंग टू वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेंटेन द रिकॉर्ड ऑफ सो मेनी बुक्स. बट आपने देखा होगा कैसे मैनेज होती है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैटेगरी वाइज. After that, let's say the category is the engineering category. In the engineering, you belong to which branch? Branch के बाद फिर कौन से year में हो? Year के बाद उस year में आप कौन से subject study कर रहे हो? And for those subjects, then different authors की आपको books मिलती हैं. So this way, easily you can access the data. Easily you can access the books. Correct? So that's why proper organization of data is very, very important in order to access the data in short time. क्या होगा अगर डेटा जल्दी से एक्सेस नहीं हो पाएगा? Then what will happen? हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है? डेटा एक्सेस तो हो ही रहा है, टाइम ज्यादा ले रहा है कम ले रहा है, हाउ डज दैट मैटर?
It will create a hazard in time management.
Whose time management?
User or public. If any department they are dealing with public, then they will face a problem.
Okay. And what if I talk about the organization of data in the system? So there is no public, right? Then if the access time is more, तो इसका मतलब कि जो आपका सिस्टम है उसकी परफॉर्मेंस डिग्रेड हो जाएगी, right? So in order to improve the performance of a system, in order to enhance the performance of an application, the data needs to be organized properly. So that's the requirement of organizing the data. Clear? So this is all about this session. In the next session, we will be discussing the client server architecture and the centralized architecture. And after that, we'll be starting with the relational model. So relational model, data models are there next unit में. So data models में majority types of questions will be asked from a relational model. So that we have to discuss in detail, and that topic is very, very important for the aspirants, those who are preparing for GATE as well as for UGC NET. Okay. So I'll end the class here. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll end the class, and tomorrow is Christmas, so just enjoy your evening. And Sunday also will be taking a break. So after this, tomorrow we will not be having any session. And tomorrow is Friday. Next session will be on Saturday, and then next will be on Monday. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Till then, whatever files, before this, you have already got 2 PDF files. This will be shared with you today itself. And just go through it once and see if you are getting, see, net वाले students को जो भी हमने अब तक discuss किया, आपको PYQs में कुछ questions मिल जाएंगे on the basis of this. And those who are preparing for GATE, this is just the basics. जो भी DBMS के बेसिक्स हैं आपके, वो बेसिक्स क्लियर हो गए होंगे, बट इसके बेसिस पे आपको गेट में बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस नहीं मिलेंगे. ओके देन, थैंक यू गाइस, गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल, सी यू ऑन सैटरडे. टिल देन, टेक केयर, बाय बाय, गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल.